going to record a walkthrough of drawing perspective diagrams for you. We're doing 1-point perspective, which is the frontal view, 2-point perspective, which is the corner view of a box, 3-point perspective, bird's eye view from above, as if you're Spider-Man and the buildings are receding way in space down towards a third vanishing point, and 3-point perspective, worm's eye view from below, as if the buildings are floating in space and you're below them, or if you're a worm and you can see through the ground, the underneath of the structures. Now, what I want you to do is subdivide your 18 by 24 inch page, mark 12 inches across, put a mark for 12 inches across from the bottom, right? And then draw a line to connect those two so that you can draw a straight line. Do the same thing at 9 inches from the top here and 9 inches from the top there, and draw a straight line to subdivide your picture plane into 4 equal rectangles, and in each one you're going to draw them. Now we're going to do 2 boxes in each one. Now I'm going to demonstrate so that you can see how this works. Now I want to make a couple of adjustments here. I'm in Photoshop, so you can get a sense of what I'm doing here. Okay, so with 1-point perspective, we're going to first start with the horizon line, and that's the eye level, where you sit in relation to the object. Now, I would like everyone to go through the instructions and the presentation so you have a much better idea of what we're doing before we go through this. Before you do these exercises. Now, Now this is going to be 1-point perspective. And I can use my type tool and write 1-point perspective here at the top, or you could write it, oops, if I could spell. And I'm going to make that smaller so it's a lot easier to fit on the page. Okay, so you've got the idea. Now, I may not go through this because every time I do this in Photoshop, I have to flatten the layer, flatten the image down so that I can draw on it. If you don't know Photoshop, don't worry about that. Okay, the next thing I want to do is establish a vanishing point. In 1-point perspective, we have 1 vanishing point. And I'm going to put it approximately in the middle of the page, so I have plenty of space on either side to draw boxes. Now, I want everyone to do 2 boxes in each one. If you want to do more, that's great. I'm going to use the rectangle tool and draw a square. If I hold my shift key down in Photoshop, I get a perfect square. So there I go, I have a square. So I have to click on something to get out of there. Now what I want to do is label my corners. Oh, gotta flatten the image again. Here we go. Okay, my corners are important. They're my reference points. A, B, C, and D. But usually I label them A, B, C, and D, just keeping them vertically clear. That's what you'll see in all the examples that I've made, so just to keep that consistent. Okay, now I'm going to go back in here, and what we do is we go from those corner points back to the vanishing point. Oops, I want to just switch out my color. There we go. Okay, and I also want to reduce my opacity so the lines aren't as dark. Okay. Okay, so you get a nice clean outline on the building, or the structure, the box, and it's a little bit lighter from the corner points to the vanishing point. So what I've got here now is I can see the inside of the box. Now I'm going to establish where the top back corner of that is. It's just random. It can be really thin. It could be more squared off kind of a shape, but I'm going to draw a line across, and that's basically going to be the back edge of my box. I have to be careful to stop and kind of outline that again so I know that's the outside edge. Okay, and then I can switch out and get my corner points. So this would be mark those corner points, and from there what I'm going to do is draw down, and where these intersect, the receding lines behind them is going to give me the inside and the side edges of this box. Oops. Okay, now when I connect those, make that a little bit lighter just for the heck of it. Connect those, that's the inside back edge of my box. And then I can, again, mark my corner points. So I've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. I got a little off. You want to try to keep them really lined up. So now I have an entire box. Now, I'm going to draw one more just to give you a feel for it. It can be anywhere. Now, that's my vanishing point. I should probably mark my vanishing point. I can just write it down. Oops, I've got to flatten the image again. Okay, so this is my VP, vanishing point. Now, you can write this down in nice fine letters. You can also write HL. I've got a fat tip here that I'm using, but HL stands for horizon line, right? You can mark these up, and you can mark these A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H as well. I prefer that you do that. So now I'm also going to mark my corners here. A, B, C, so I get it right on that corner, C and D. And I'm going to draw lines from corners A and B to the vanishing point. And then I'm also going to draw from corners C to the vanishing point and D to the vanishing point. And then I want to establish the side of that box. I can make it any shape I want, but I'm going to make it kind of thin so that you get a little bit of space there. Oops, there we go. Keep it nice and clean. Oops, if you go too far, you just got to clean it up. So you can't erase with these as easily, so I just redraw my line. Now again, I'm going to draw a horizontal line, and it should be parallel to the horizontal line, right? The horizon line. Draw a line straight across, and where it intersects this receding line from the corner C back to the vanishing point, that's going to give me the back corner. Do the same thing here. Draw a line straight across, and then again in Photoshop, if you hold your shift key down, you get a nice straight line. And then when I connect those, they should line up. If they don't exactly, it gets a little bit futsy in this. You can kind of move your line over. Just use your ruler to line it up, because sometimes these are just a wee bit off. So you really got to work to get that back corner worked out. It's not necessarily an easy thing, but you know, close enough. And then I'm going to switch out my tool. What you can do is use a strong dot, and that's your corners of the inside corners of the structure. Okay, so that's how we draw 1 point perspective. I'm going to end this video, and then I'm going to do another one for 2 point perspective. I hope you enjoyed that.